Today is going to be quite a fun class. I'm personally a little tired, so we're going to roll with that energy. Let me know how you're feeling if you're joining in. I'm just going to wait to start. And as usual, I like to always add a little essential oil to my wrists before I start. So we're going to do some of that. Put it behind my ears, help to wake up. But today's one of my favorite classes, I think, because I'm going to be showing y'all some of my favorite yoga postures that are like my go-to yoga postures. And some of them you have seen before, some of them maybe not, but we will be mostly on the floor today, not a lot of standing postures at all. So if this calls you right now and you want to do some yoga, feel free to join. Even if you have you know, like sweatpants and a sweatshirt, like that's completely fine. You don't have to have a yoga mat. And you can join me. So let's start on the floor there. And as usual, if you have blocks or if you have pillows, you're more than welcome to use them. So that is also an advantage. I like to call them props. But these are my beautiful meditation pillows that I always use for it. So we will begin on our backs in Baddha Konasana. If you don't know that posture, it is butterfly pose, but supine. So laying down on our backs. And the reason I have props is I want my hips to be more open than anything else during this posture, but you're welcome to place it anywhere else. For example, I'll show you how it looks like if you want to open the hips more. So it's just under the hips like that. And just laying down, spreading the arms out to the sides. Or if you prefer to have your heart more open rather than the hips, you can just move it a little higher up and open the heart space, open the shoulders. Actually, this one is pretty nice. Let's stay here. So we're going to find our comfy position. And because this is gentle stretching, we're not going to do too much. And I want to welcome you to close down the eyes. And one of the first things I think about is relaxing my neck and my shoulders. And then noticing if there's any pressure in my chest or in my belly. And then ultimately noticing my breath. Noticing if I'm breathing really deeply, like allowing the air to travel fully through my lungs down to the pit of my stomach, and then all the way back up. Usually when we're feeling a little stressed or anxious, we hold on to the breath. So if you notice that you're holding on to it, bring your attention to the length of the breath. Start counting, inhaling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and holding it for 3 seconds. 2, 1, exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the bottom. No air comes in or out. 2, 3, and inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Holding at the top for 3. And exhaling for 5. I'll let you guys do it on your own without my guidance. Do one more on your own, a full inhale and full exhale. And when you're ready, if you have the prop or the pillow underneath, you're welcome to push it out from underneath so that we can lay comfortably on the floor. Bring your knees together, pull them in towards the chest, wrap your arms around, and let's rock side to side ever so gently, giving your lower back a little massage. And go ahead, grab the big toes or the outside edges of the feet for happy baby. Kicking the heels up towards the sky, letting this posture be playful, maybe extending the legs out one at a time, maybe both at the same time. Allowing for the backs of the legs to be released from any tension, any buildup. And just smile. Have you intentionally smiled today? I feel like in today's world we forget to do that purposefully. So take the time to smile or giggle. And then when you're ready, let's bring those knees back together. Wrap your arms around, and this time bring your nose in towards the knees. And back down. And let's start moving on our spine. So using momentum to push yourself up and eventually into a straddle, wide-legged forward fold. We're going to extend our legs out to the sides like this. And if you have your props, your pillows, go ahead, grab them if you would like. I brought a normal pillow here so it can meet me halfway. So we have the large straddle, legs out to the sides. Keep the spine straight. Imagine that you are being pulled from the top of the head so that your spine is straight as you fold forward. And once you notice your back is starting to arch, then you can allow the upper body to fold completely, allowing yourself to round the back. So take the time, you can close down the eyes. And this is a beautiful posture to take before bed. I'll be taking some nice deep breaths here. Bring your attention to the lower spine where you connect with the hips. And see if you can use your mind to relax that lower spine without even touching it, without adjusting. Allowing for your spine to relax more and more as it elongates. If you have no props, you would be laying all the way on the floor. It's okay if your forehead doesn't touch the floor or your chin, as long as you're trying. Let's take our last deep breath in. And exhale, sigh it out. Inhale. Let's move the pillows out from underneath. And walk back down towards the floor. Maybe this keep going as we're folding forward. See if you can flex the feet. This will help to stretch out the backs of the legs even more. Rotating the hips in, pushing the glutes out. And then slowly walk out of the posture. Lift yourself up. We're going to go for some side bends. So face towards your left leg, straight spine, and then walk your hands forward. This is just to begin. Then we're going to inhale, lift the spine, and then exhale, bring the forehead down. Once again, it's okay if you just stay here, for example, as long as you work on extending the spine, extending the crown of the head. And if you have the forward fold, allow for the forehead to touch the knee. You're also welcome to place pillows right underneath like this and fold over, or place the pillow over your knee and then fold forward. Don't get intimidated by my stretch level because I've been practicing for a long time. So if you're nowhere near even half where I'm at, don't even worry, don't even stress it. Two more breaths here. I love this one. Honestly, I feel it in the back of my left hip. And I feel like it's a hard one for me to target. Inhale, walk yourself up. We're going to go to the other side. Standing our spine straight, maybe moving the prop. And when you're ready, folding forward towards the right leg. And once again, first extending the spine. And then allow for yourself to fold forward. Take notice of the difference between the sides. I love to do that so I don't get bored in the posture because it's sometimes difficult to only pay attention to the breath. But I like to notice the difference between my sides, what it feels like when I fold to the left and to the right. And that helps to understand what is imbalance or what is not imbalance in the body or in the mind. It's all interconnected. Inhale, slowly walk yourself up. And we'll be doing a twist here. So move your prop to the side, bend your right knee. You want all toes to be pointing towards the front of the mat. Place your right hand behind your back on the floor for support. Inhale, extend the left arm up. Exhale, hook the elbow over the knee and gaze towards the back of the mat. You can use a mudra here, placing some fingers together, finding what vibes with your energy right now. If you are an advanced yogi or you have this in your practice, you're welcome to fully wrap the arms around like that. I still can't do it at the moment, or at least today it's not an option for me, but if you would like, you can wrap and grab a bind with your arms. For every inhale, extend the spine. For every exhale, push into the knee and twist even deeper. Keep the left leg and foot flexed. It's interesting how much the mind moves when I'm in this posture, thinking of a million things. So it's like a mind detox. Everything is brought up to the surface so that it can be cleansed and moved out of the way. Let's change sides. Release the bind, extend the right leg, bend the left knee. Same thing, so left hand behind your back for support. Inhale, right arm overhead, hook the elbow over the knee, and then twist, pushing into the leg, gazing towards the back of the mat, maybe finding a mudra with the fingers, with the hand. A mudra is just placing the fingertips together, and it's interesting how placing specific fingertips together can create a completely different energy. So finding the right thing for you right now is very helpful. Keep that right foot flexed. Inhale, extending the spine. And exhale, twist even deeper. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, even more. Keep going, 2 more breaths. And inhale, gaze forward, release the bind. We'll be lowering down onto our backs. Once again, this time doing supported pigeon. So placing the right leg over the left. And from there you have the option to bind the hands behind the thigh or place them in front of the left knee and then pull in towards your chest. If this is very simple for you, you're welcome to wrap the arms completely around both legs and then pull in as so. Because we're at gentle stretching, you're always welcome to close down the eyes here. And sometimes feeling is better than seeing. So when we close down the eyes, we can fully understand the sensations. The neurons that are firing, they're telling us something. So tapping into what our bodies are telling us is so important. See if you can pull in a little bit more, pulling the legs in towards the chest. Maybe you can bring your nose towards your right leg and lower down. I'm going to hop my hip to the right so that my right foot can lower down onto the floor. I like to keep my left hand with my right ankle and then extend the arms out. So all it was going from this position to placing this right foot on the floor and extending the right arm out to the side. Allow for your gaze to move to the right as well. And when you're ready, close down the eyes. And you should feel a sensation in the side of the body and the hip and possibly the right thigh. Once again, a reminder to come back to your breath. If you're feeling discomfort, breathing deeper will allow oxygen to flow through the body and to relax your muscles. If they're stressed, your oxygen will say, hey, it's okay. We're still breathing. There's no danger. Three more breaths on your own. And allow for yourself to smile even if you feel discomfort. Laughing or smiling about it can definitely help. And inhale, slowly come back to center. We're going to change legs. So placing the left leg over the right. And then once again, the option to grab the back of the thigh or the front of the knee, or wrapping the arms completely around both legs without falling to the side and then pulling in towards the chest. Finding what suits you. And then when you're ready, closing down the eyes. And taking notice of the sensation on this side. Try to keep the back of the head on the floor. If you can, relax the shoulders so that they're not fully off the ground either. And then the muscles that you're feeling the most when in this position, go ahead and send them love. And then from here, allowing the left foot to lower down to the right side. And I like to scoot my hips to the left so that my legs can fall easily to the right. Once you do that, I like to keep my right hand on my left ankle for support to keep the foot on the floor. And then I extend my left arm out to the side along with my gaze. And then close the eyes down again. With this side, I feel it so intensely in my left hip. And it's okay. It's normal for the imbalance to happen. Thank goodness we are practicing and releasing that right now. And I always like to say, there's a saying in yoga that goes, your issues are in your tissues. And it's very true. Emotions that arise, like anxiety or stress, they can get buried in your hips. And so when we do these postures and it feels really intense, it's actually your emotions being released and you're being confronted with it. And once you actually enjoy the process, it's a miracle. It's like witnessing magic happen when you're really in tune with your body. And even if you're not in tune, it's okay to feel discomfort. If it's painful, that's when you get out. But discomfort is okay. Go ahead and take your last exhale in this position. And inhale, bring yourself back to center. That felt amazing. Next, we're going to extend the legs all the way up into candlestick. Well, this is the first variation. Second variation would be to extend the legs all the way up, coming up onto the shoulders. However, when you're in this posture, please do not move your head. So if you need to watch me do it first, go ahead and then try it for yourself. You might not even see my toes when I bring my legs up, but at least you see the base, and that's the most important part. So full candlestick, I use my momentum to push my lower body up. And what I'm doing is I'm pushing my hips towards my face and my feet towards the opposite direction so I can stay in one straight line. Engage your abs. And we're going to lower the feet down above the head into plow. The trick is to keep the elbows close together so that your lower back can be supported. And then you have the option to clasp the fingers together, pull them down towards the front of your mat, shimmy your shoulders underneath. If this is too intense, you're always welcome to stay at that first variation with just the legs up. You can always place those legs on a wall. And if you're in plow, go ahead and close down the eyes. This is a beautiful upper back stretch. And then go ahead, bend the knees, bring them towards the temple bones. And we're going to slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, we're going to slowly lower down onto our back. Allow your toes to paint the sky in an arch. And then pop up onto your elbows. I'll move this way so you can see. Pop up onto your elbows, onto the crown of the head for fish pose. Option to lift the legs up and the hands. If not, you're welcome to stay exactly as was with that first variation. Just as long as you're puffing the chest up and opening the throat space. Exhale, lower down onto the back. Bring the knees in towards the chest. I know that was a lot, but if you tried it, I'm proud of you. And we're just going to rock side to side, giving a bit of time for our spines to feel relaxed again. And we're going to go for our final spinal twist. This time, we're going to extend the right leg all the way down. We're going to push the hips to the left so that our left knees can fall to the side. You're welcome to extend the arms out completely or place that right hand on the left knee. Or if you would like, you can also grab opposite foot, opposite hand for a thigh stretch and gaze to the left side. Closing the eyes down when you're ready. And we'll take 2 more breaths in this asana. Release the hand bind if you had it. Bring the left knee in to center and slowly change sides. So extending the left leg down towards the front of the mat, bringing the right knee in towards the chest. Like I said, I always like to push my hip out to the right before bringing my left knee down. And then first variation is extending both legs or both arms out to the sides. Gaze towards the right or placing the left hand on the right knee. And then as well as the last option, the last variation, opposite hand, opposite knee. And when you're ready, closing down the eyes. Bring your attention to your right shoulder and see if you can relax it a little bit more. Last 2 breaths in this posture, in this asana. Release the hand to foot bind. Bring the knee back to center. And we're going to be placing the feet right below the hips. And we're going to do the Donald Duck move where our toes are in, heels are out like a duck. And then bring the knees in towards each other. The knees should be using each other kind of like support. So if your knees aren't touching, maybe your feet are too far apart. Try to find that middle ground. And then place one hand on your lower belly, one hand on your heart. And then close down the eyes. Notice your heart beating under the hand. Notice the belly rise and fall. Keep going and allow yourself to sink deeper and deeper into the floor. Body fully relaxed. Keep going. I'm just going to check to see how we're doing. If you ever have questions, feel free to send comments. And be prepared for the best Shavasana of your life. Slowly take the time to extend your feet out towards the corners of your mat. If you would like, you're welcome to grab that pillow or that prop and to place it under your hips. So that our hips are ever so slightly lifted up off the floor. If not, it's okay for you to lay fully with no props. Taking up space, extending your limbs out, feeling no guilt for taking up space. Be selfish about your space right now. Now let's start relaxing the body from the crown of the head down to the toes. First, by allowing the scalp to relax, unfurling our foreheads, relaxing the space between the eyebrows, allowing for our eyeballs to sit heavy in our head. releasing the tongue from the roof of the mouth and separating the teeth, unclenching the jaw. Relaxing the shoulders, the chest, the belly, the hips, the thighs, the knees, and ultimately the ankles and the feet. Take rest, Shavasana. If you'd like, you can pause or exit this video if you would like to stay in this posture for longer, or you're welcome to stay with me and close out the practice right now. With the eyes still closed, coming back into the physical body, being aware of the mat below us, being aware of the air between our body and the floor. And then slowly bring sensation back into the body by wiggling the fingers and the toes, rocking the head side to side. And then go ahead, take a nice big stretch, pointing the toes, stretching the arms overhead. Pull your knees in towards the chest. Wrap your arms around, bring your nose in towards the knees. One last time. Go ahead and move that pillow or prop out from underneath so that we can bring our knees to our chest and then roll over to one side. Use your arm as the pillow or use the pillow underneath. This is fetus pose, and it reminds us that there's always a new beginning to an end, a chance to start again, a chance to practice again. A chance to be reborn. With the eyes still closed, push yourself up into a seated position, following the sound of my voice. Crossing the legs in a normal fashion, or using the lotus asana. bring your hands in prayer in front of the chest. Thank you for practicing with me. The light in me honors that same light in you because we are the same. Namaste.